And I've seen like on Twitter, at least I've seen a lot of activity where people are just going back to their former, I would say, love on Alliance side. It's a pity though that we can still not have guilds being cross-faction, although it is in the works.
It's likely. I mean, come on, like it's the progression state of things. If we're gonna have cross-faction instancing, because that's kind of how it starts, right? We're gonna have cross-faction instancing in dungeons and raids. Yeah, cross-faction is, if you look on the article right now, play with the opposing faction on instance content. The next thing will probably be guilds, and
not so instance content because guilds are not instanced, but they are working on it. They could have not done it for 9.2.5.
They
this is the
can
thing.
potentially kill world PvP with this, though, unless they design in future expansion zones specifically for world PvP uncontested stuff like what we had back in the day.
Yeah, well, we talked about the world PvP stuff. It's fine. Now this is not only the cross-faction thing, but I think that's the biggest thing happening. Also, there's the heritage race quest lines where you have like the Blood Elves and the Dark Iron Dwarves.
Heritage quest line for us. So the new quest lines are available for Blood Elf and Dark Iron Dwarves players in 925. New quest lines. Blood Elf players investigate a Scourge appearance in the Ghostlands, complete the quest line awards the elusive Hawkstrider mount, Blood Knight themed ensemble, blah blah blah. This is a new. So you got
this new armor types. Yeah, this was Detamine a while back, and we know what the fuck was with it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's actually pretty cool. Renown changes for alls. This is a new thing. So Blizzard is implementing a few changes to Renown in patch 9.5 to further speed Renown acquisition for alts and those grinding other covenants, which is, I mean, always good. You can read the reasoning behind the changes, blah blah blah. Okay, the broker mark of distinction will increase Renown to 60 up from 40. Oh my god, you could have waited for that event here. You could have used this a week ago.
Don't rub it in, man. Fuck that.
Renown catch-up is accelerated through Renown 60 up from 48. These activities will now have 100% chance to reward one Renown. Mythic and Mythic Plus dungeons, store guest 9 to 16, defeating a raid boss, and winning a rated battleground. You guaranteed get Renown.
No, this is what they always kind of do. I think this is part of like the initial plan towards like the end of the expansion, where like a lot more ease in and accessibility for alts and stuff getting into. Because I think for the majority of its part, 9.2.5 will be more or less some sort of an alt expansion. Yeah, you'll have the progress, quote unquote, for the faded raids or whatever in the new Mythic Plus. But you're gonna see, I think, a lot more changes like this. There's already a lot of like alt, I would say, relaxation in 9.2. 9.2.5 will just add to that, as they always do. And that's about it. So cross-faction invites will work as long as the people you're inviting, or the friend that the person that you're inviting is a friend in your list. Then you can invite it, or you can be part of the same party with cross-faction. Now, cross-faction LFG will work, but the leader can restrict the group in Group Finder to be only the same faction. So you have this possibility. If you want to get into the LFG part, you can do this. Cross-faction communities now have a button to make your community cross-faction. So if you want to make a community with people, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of folks with this, right? You have friends that will be turning back to Alliance, some people turning back to Horde or whatever. There's going to be some communities being built up over there. It's really cool because you can enable a community to be cross-faction, no problemo. So that's like very cool. Many old raids are not cross-faction. When the factions fight amongst them, and there was a lot of raids that used to be like this, like ICC Trial of the Crusader, the Zaralor, right? When you have like the little bit of conflict over there, that's kind of weird to have cross-faction. So I get that, right? And I'm pretty sure they thought about this, because there will be raids where, listen, it just wouldn't make sense because you wouldn't make nothing out of it. Random matchmade activities like heroic dungeons, skirmishes, or random battlegrounds will remain same faction. Although I know Mr. GM find a couple of bugs during this week in terms of like all of this being possible in some way. So the random matchmade activities and stuff like that, obviously for now they won't be cross-faction, but the fact that some sort of bugs and codes were in there that would allow that just means that this will be a possibility in the future. And this is exactly what we said at the beginning of the podcast, is that maybe now the cross-faction stuff is just, it would seem a bit more limited, and fair play from them, because it's a big ass undertaking if you ask me. I'm not a programmer, I don't know, but it does feel really, really huge. However, from what the data they will gather from this and how it will work, I'm pretty sure cross faction will become a lot more spread out in more aspects of the game. What else we have here? Season 4 with the new items, the new dungeon. Okay, the new dungeon pool for M+, and the new purple mount. You guys know the new season 4 mount from Mythic Plus. It's purple. Let's see. So we have Streets of Wonder in the dungeon rotation, the Solius Gambit, so the Tazovish boys. We have Mechagon coming back, Junkyard and Workshop, for you BFA enthusiasts out there. Return to Karazhan, the lower and upper. And we have Grimrail Depot and Iron Docks from Warlords of Draenor. This is going to be the dungeon rotation for Season 4. I am super excited to get into this.
Man, we did make a video about it, but I think it's going to be very interesting considering the fact that we haven't had this before. Essentially, Season 4 is barely going to have Shadowlands Dungeon in it. We're gonna have just mega dungeons, and 2 Worlds of Draenor dungeons, which personally I'm super hyped for, because Grimrail Depot is maybe one of my favorite Worlds of Draenor dungeons, and Iron Docks was always cool. Iron Docks, you just it was so open. It was just orcs and ogres, and that was pretty cool.
Wait, are the old M+ dungeons coming in Season 4 or 9.2.5? They're coming.
4.
This is Season 4, which will be 9.2.5, but at a later date. Okay, so 9.2.5 will release on May the 31st. The season will start a little bit later. There are tank shortages on both factions. Now they're dumping both groups together. I think LFG for DPS is going to be wildly bad in my opinion. Well, we'll have to see.
This is going to be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I main tank. I don't care.
Yeah, we have a tank here, so it's we're good for now. We're good for now. Okay, so what else? We have the portal for the dungeons, Fated Gear vendors, and Fated Gear upgrades. We talked about this on the last podcast as well. So in terms of getting loot from the raids, with the initiative, it will work exactly the same. You're gonna get the drops, you're gonna get the Great Vault, but however, there's going to be this new system of obtaining gear, 3 pieces. With the quest. I think we already talked. I'm not gonna sound like a broken record. We covered this already. We're gonna have a new arena, the Enigma Crucible, as well. And I know that there was a mechanic there where a pillar would rise and it would lower that has been disabled. So it's gonna be just plain old arena, which is good. I don't know how many of you guys actually PvP out there, but I do want to stress out that in terms of PvP content, apart from the solo queue order or whatever, there's not been too much done in the last, I would say. I think the last major thing for PvP was actually in Warlords with Ashran and all of that. I mean, that was a big ass
outside
feature.
of PvP from BFA.
I mean, this is again a big ass topic which we will cover in a future dedicated video. But I think any addition to PvP is very good. The main problem I feel right now is just them balancing and changing up the meta for PvP at least, right? So. Oh, I missed a couple of comments over here. Also, they said that you'll have to go to the old expansion dungeons entrance for M+ or not. You're gonna have portals to the zones.
There's gonna be portals to
Karazhan, to to Mechagon. There'll be portals in Oribos for those, not to the dungeons but to the zones. So I think it's
likely gonna be
decent.
fairly close anyway.
Okay, it's the divisions. Oh my god, Nady, yeah, boy. I love PvP. I'm so glad they're not doing the changing arena thing. This is so they're doing what they can with PvP. I'm hoping that a major not shift, but some big ass updates will come with Dragonflight, at least in terms of balancing and how the meta works. Initially, they said that they're happy with the whole bursty situation or whatever, but as feedback came in from a lot of people, there's just RMP is just the dominant situation. You cannot escape this, and that creates a boring situation. Again, we'll have a dedicated video for that in the future, no problemo. Okay, in terms of like the catch up in 9.2.5, obviously they're adding on to that. We're gonna have like the broker mark of distinction now being improved. We covered this at the beginning. Yeah, renown guaranteed from Mythic Dungeon and M+, Torghast Lair 9 to 16 Shadowlands bosses, and winning rated battlegrounds. Rewards from colors give more grateful offerings than before, scaling with Sanctum level. Other wings open when you do the last layer of previous wings. This is Torghast, I believe. We talked about the Blood Elves, Blood Knight Heritage armor. So yeah, at the beginning we were kind of like confused, like, well, what the fuck? But yeah, there's the new gear there. There's new mount as well. Really cool. In terms of like accessibility, this is a big ass topic, and they have to like do a lot more for it. But we're gonna have a bigger hand cursor, so that's really cool. And the new travel forms for Druid. Did we ever talk about this?
Well, I mean, they've added one. I don't know if the brown version that we have right now was added now, because I didn't catch up. But this is basically a recolor.
Yeah, look at that sweet cat with the.
I don't particularly like this one. The tail is too fluffy. Like, is this supposed to?
Stop being so picky, Flame.
Dude, this is supposed to be a fast cat. A fast cat is a cheetah, and you could say that that's the OG travel form. But this is like a squirrel type. I don't know. I don't like it, man. What do you want?
Like, okay, fair enough. A duck mount as a Druid Vazin, is that even a possibility? I honestly don't know how fast a duck could run, like when compared to a cheetah form or something like that.
That sounds like a quack idea.
It would be really quacky. So fuck that. Right. So in terms of like the content from 9.2.5, I think it's basically it. If I don't know who asked about the gear part. We can get to the faded gear vendors and faded gear upgrades to cover it one more
You can click on
time.
the article. It'll scroll down a little bit. You'll have.
I'm here. So, faded raids are on 3-week rotation. You might experience increased bad luck when aiming for specific items. To counteract this, Blizzard is experiencing with specific loot vendors that will sell trinkets and weapons with puzzling cartel dinar. In addition to this, you'll be able to upgrade faded items via Cosmic Creation Impetus and Sacred Creation Impetus. How the system works as of the PTR build. There's a 3. Okay, so we talked about this. I always said like 60 kills. No, it's so the first quest to get your dinars and buy items is like 30 kills on bosses, then 20 to get the second dinar, and then 10 to get your third dinar. You're gonna have 3 dinars. You can buy 1 item with 1 dinar. So basically, you can target 3 different items.
Character level, so it doesn't matter if you're playing multiple specs. Yeah. If you're playing like a warrior and you want a shield and a 2-hander and another 2-hander and a trinket, that's again for tanks. Like you have 3 in total. 3 in total.
Yeah, I mean, this is on top of everything that already is in place. So Creation Catalyst will still be there. You're gonna still have the possibility to make tier set. Okay, then the tier set will work in the season 4 raids, no problemo. I think only domination shards though are disabled.
Yeah, they're taken out. So the raids are the same, and I think there was a point of discussion with the affixes.
The shroud. Yeah, we didn't make of the shroud thing.
No, the raid affixes, the faded raid affixes right now. So we have. I don't know if we talked about it when we discussed the actual eye level and stuff, but